Hey YouTubers, and welcome to a special episode of the Dallas Cowboys Insider. This is a scouting report special, and we're looking at the linebackers for next season and in the draft coming up in the fall, in the spring there. So right now we're looking at Derek Jacobs. There you see his top 3 skills there. He's a outside linebacker from Clemson, 6'4", 227 pounds, prototype type of player. There you see great hit power, block shedding awesome, and tackling real awesome. He's an early first round guy. Now if he's on the board, which I'd be really surprised, this is one of the guys that we really would like to go after in that first round there if he's available. And of course that all depends on the needs of other teams. So but this is a guy that we are really chomping at the bit here to maybe see if we can possibly try to trade up in the first round there, try to get him, try to get somewhere in the early 20 range there, around pick 20 or 20, or no more than I would say probably no more than somewhere in the 20s, probably the 24th, 25th pick there. But looking in there, he is one of the latter first round picks there we can go for. There's Rashaun Patrick there from Florida State, 6'1", 230 pounds. Another great guy here, a pass rusher here, and that's what we kind of really need to look at here for next season, because our pass rushing hasn't been the greatest by any means here. So this guy may fit here in a more settled way for us. Great hit power, great block shedding, and not to mention great tackle there. So just some of the talents that we're looking for when it comes to the linebacker position, because I feel like for us, for the Dallas Cowboys, we need these guys that can fly around. They're in the linebacker position, and so far these are the 2 that we're kind of looking at right now for next season. The next one is, I believe, DeMarco, Hunter DeMarco from Illinois. We'll see his numbers here in a bit. Yeah, there we go. 6'3", 245 pounds from Illinois. He's a run stopper here. Again, another one that could help us out here in the running game, because we're, at least talking to a lot of people, they want to be able to stop the run a little bit more here next season. Force quarterbacks around the league that we play, especially in the NFC East. You got quarterbacks there that can throw and stuff, and we want to put more pressure on them, put more pressure on the passing game than we do on the running game. We want to shut down the running game where it comes just to when they're pretty much to be one-dimensional. And this is one of the guys we're kind of looking at here. Now he is a 7th round pick here, but you'd be quite surprised. Now one thing I will say, his block chain is not the greatest, which is fine, but the tackling and hit power right there, that's exactly what we need. We need guys to be able to hit guys. By the looks of it, he looks like he can tackle pretty well there, and he can do some damage. Bradley Richey there, I should say, for Nebraska, 23 years of age, 6'2", 225 or 250 pounds there. He's a 3-4 tackler. Another guy that can look like he can do a good job there wrapping up. Of course, we haven't looked at his zone numbers or his man-to-man there, but there it looks like he can just get through blocks there. I'm sure that he can probably is good at some blitz packages we can possibly use him in. But again, these are just guys that we're looking at right now that are those top guys, or these guys that we're kind of hoping that we can go after, or potentially these are guys that we could be looking at here as a draft. And of course, things will change here. These are just some early looks at a lot of these guys here that we just want to kind of look at. Someone in the comments in one of the videos were asking what our draft board looks like, and for right now it's not set in stone. These are just basically, I haven't set, this year you can switch around guys on your board, who you want first, second, or third, and so on and so forth, but we haven't done that yet. I haven't really set that up to the point, but these are guys that we are looking at, that we have pretty much fully to look at, scouted, and of course, we'll get the actual full scouting report here when the season is over with. But there you see Bryant Lukin. There you see he from Kent State, 22 years of age. Great power, great tackling and block shedding right there. Not bad there at all. But again, second round guy. Now, of course, if any of those guys that we've seen so far here, with the exception of the 7th round guy, which was Hunter DeMarco, Jacobs and Patrick, they're not available. This one right here, I think this would be the more realistic guy. We were looking at, or I was doing a kind of a draft, looking at the overall board there, and looking at the team draft boards as a whole there, and then he fits more for the pick that we would have if we had the right now we're currently at the 32nd pick, which would be the last pick of the draft. Jahred Hill, there you see him from Oklahoma State, 6'2", 22 years of age, 237 pounds. Great hit power, also pursuit and tackle there in the middle linebacker position. And that's, like I said, this is the area where we're going to really be focusing on. And not necessarily, I mean, we're going to see what we can get in the free agency, because that's always an option. We do have quite a bit in the budget this year when it comes to free agency, but we're not gonna go hog wild there. I think free agency wise, I think we may go after maybe 2 to 3 people in specific needs, and those guys they'll be in the position where we need them to play right away. Other than that, we're gonna go for draft wise, and then just build those guys up from the ground up. So there you see Daniel Nelson, a 7th round pick there, and to be honest, this might be a sleeper pick right here, because he is a 7th round pick, and there you see his numbers there. I mean, it's pretty good hit power, decent tackle and pursuit there for the middle linebacker. He's a 3-4 tackler. He's a small guy, but it sounds like he can put a good hit on someone from the University of Baylor there. So definitely a guy I would definitely actually go after if he's around in that late 6th, 7th, or the late 5th, 6th, or late 5th or 6th round. I think he's on the board there. I mean, my stands right there. I think he would be a definitely guy that we would go after. Orchard, another 1st round talent, mid 1st round guy, 234. Hit power, there you see B-, block shedding B, tackling B, so that pretty good there. The cool thing about this year is you won't see teams that will draft multiple the same positions multiple times like in years past. So I think there will be a more spread out look of different players in different positions there. Because I know in years past, I know last year was really tough, because I looking for safeties and corners like that, and by the time you got to your pick, everything you were going, depending on what you were going after, they were already gone. So you had to go after another, you had to change your game plan up and how you were gonna, work on that, and that's in some ways that's how we had it happen in the Pittsburgh Steelers franchises. We ran into some areas there where we had to go after some guys in free agency a lot more than we wanted to, and then we had to re-sign some of those guys that we ended up releasing. We ended up having some of those come back. But Curtis Watts there, linebacker. There you see, not the best tackle, not the best pursuit, but hit power is right there. He's a 6th round guy, 22 years of age, from the University of Las Vegas, Nevada. 3-4 pass rusher. 250 pounds there. Decent guy, middle of the road kind of guy, late guy there. Not necessarily a guy that we're going to go after per se, but definitely is one of those guys that's going to be definitely on our list here to possibly work with. He probably won't be a guy that will be, if we do draft him, won't be playing the first year. He'll probably wait till the 2nd or 3rd year there. But definitely got some potential there for him, and we'll see what we can do. And like I said, you'll be surprised what you can find in the 6th round, because in years past I've got some pretty good guys there. Just if you remember, just before we started this series, in the Steelers series, there we had a guy that was a 6th round guy, and to me, I think he had to have at least a 3rd round talent. I mean, he was maybe a late 2nd round, 3rd round talent, and then people just bypassed him. So I get, you never know what you find with a lot of these players there. They, you gotta kind of can't look at everything. You gotta kind of look in between the lines with a lot of these stats they give out to you here in these scouting reports and stuff like that. Pratt there, you see another guy. I think he'll be another one of those diamond in the roughs. You got to work with him some. Take a little time for him to get on the field to know what he's doing. But there you see block shedding, hit power is great there. Pursuit not the best, so not that really good of going after guys there. But that can easily change quickly in there just with some time and working with them. There you see Zack Wyms. I'm not sure if I said that particularly well, but Northern Iowa, 3'4" tackler, 6'1", 240 pounds there. Great at hit power and pursuit, and again, 4th round talent there. Tackle, something that's very important, especially with that position there. But again, just be able to have that time there to work with him and be able to see what he can do there. Practice wise and whatnot, and just kind of build him up as we go along here. I think he'll be a great talent there for him. So he's a 4th round talent. So he's I would say he's talented enough to get on the field probably by the end of the season, that first year. But we'll have to, it's all about waiting to see and just the opportunities there that come along. Wagner, 7th round pick, presumably. There you see from Penn, 6'1", 238 pounds, and a great hit power, great pursuit. Not the best tackler, but again, we can work with that. We can work with have the coaches work with him on the tackling, clean that up some. I would say this tackling is probably somewhere around this the upper 60s or upper 70s there. So he's not a horrible tackler, but he might have some issues on. Just be able to complete the tackle, be able to finish the tackle and bring the guy down. His ability is probably in that area. Just needs to be cleaned up a little bit more and just be a little more polished. Go on here and go to Mackey, I believe. Darrion Mackey from Ole Miss, 22 years of age, 6'1", 244 pounds. He is the guy that will be middle linebacker there. Late 7th round, they say. Great hit power, great pursuit, tackling not the best, and again, we can clean that up. With these attributes here, you gotta kind of just think of where they're gonna be at. Like I said, a C+, somewhere upper 70s, maybe lower 80s. So he's not that far gone and not out of reach of working with him over time and get him working in those areas there. He'll, by the end of the season, he will probably be a mid to low to mid 80s when it is tackling. So and that's right there. That's pretty. That's excellent tackling right there. That's enough to help him out and get him on the field. But yeah, we'll go ahead. Excuse me. Go ahead and go to Batten. JJ there, from University of Delaware, 21 years of age, 6'2", 241 pounds. A young man that we're looking at right here, run stopper. Again, a guy that can come in there and get on the blitz quickly, and that's what we need. We need those linebackers that have good reads that can go after guys. Now his pursuit probably around the upper 70s, lower 80s there, hit power and tackle. So I'm not too concerned about that. I think he would be a good pound. He's not. He could possibly project late 5th round there for his talent. But there you see, I guess his true talent is undrafted. So we will see about that. And usually around about that 6th round or so, that's why I kind of look at those type of players there to see, look at those more undrafted players that we looked at, and go ahead and try to pursue those guys there and see what they can do. But yeah, it's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, because those guys, you just gotta kind of work with them some and just get them going and see how they fare there. Let's see, Carson there from the University of Louisiana Monroe, 3'4" pass rusher, 6'2", 262 pounds. Again, great power move, hit power there and tackling also. Again, just working with him, and I think 7th round guy. Again, he's one of those players that we could polish up over a course of time there, and they'll get better and better as we go along. So we'll see how that goes, all coming up here in the next couple of weeks coming up here. Looking at draft news there, looking at maybe any reports from them that will kind of shy us away. Sometimes those are not always accurate. You gotta take them with a grain of salt there, what they say about the players like that. But Evan Wells, the final one we're gonna look at here, tackle B-, hit power B-, and block shedding there in somewhere around the mid 70s there. So he's not the best getting through tackles, stuff like that. If we have to go after the after the halfback or the quarterback, like that. But definitely a guy, I believe, if that's the case, he's definitely he's going to have good zone and good, he's going to have definitely good zone. Usually they do defense there, so he's going to be able to recognize the play and fly and get to where he needs to on the field. So, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for those linebackers that can read the quarterback and be able to get around and bat balls away. But at the same time, we are also looking for guys that we're looking for a bit of a balance. I mean, and that's what he is. He's a balanced type player. So we're going to try to look at that. It could be a guy that we could go after here for next season. But there you see, that's the what it looks like right now here for the draft board. That's not the official draft board for us, but that's just all the players that are available that could be checked out there. There you see Jacobs there. He's a 6th pick there, according to the draft for all positions there. So the 6th best player, I guess you could say there. He possibly could be. Again, we have not set our board up yet. I've not gotten into that yet, and I'm like probably not going to be able. I won't do that officially, and won't show you guys that how we're going to draft wise. Probably until getting close to maybe the final week of the season there. So we'll see how that goes coming up here in the future. But the next episode, the next special draft scouting special we'll have will be the secondary. So it'll be the safeties and corners there. We'll show you guys those who we're going to be chasing after for next season. And then the third and final one will be, of course, offensive line there, because we need some guards and some tackles there for next season. So we'll see how that goes here coming up in the next episode of the Cowboys Insider Scouting Report Special. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and check out other things here, our other videos here, our other series here on the ESGNet. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. If you guys have any suggestions or any ideas for next season for us, when it comes to draft wise, if there's a player out there you think that we should go after free agency wise or whatever, let me know down below in the comment section. I will take a look at that and put that in consideration for next year's season. I'm already getting ready for ideas already for next year's team, and if you guys have anything to help out with how we can build this team up even better, let me know down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, keep yourselves healthy, and I will see you guys next time.